What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my review of Daredevil, Born Again, Episode 3. After 2 episodes of build-up, things start to shift a little more in this one. While it's still very much a slow burn, there's a stronger sense of momentum here that makes this episode feel like a turning point, even if some parts still feel like they're holding back a bit. Starting off with the positives for Episode 3 of Daredevil, Born Again, one of the best things about this episode is how it deepens Matt's identity crisis. You can tell he's still trying to keep his distance from the Daredevil mantle, but circumstances just keep pulling him back in. A scene that really nails this is when he's talking with Sister Maggie. She's only in it for a short time, but she delivers some hard truths. The guilt, the faith, the internal struggle, it's all bubbling just beneath the surface, and Charlie Cox continues to kill it with those subtle emotional shifts. We also get to see a bit more of what Matt's law firm looks like post-blip. The cases feel smaller in scale but way more personal, and that's kind of the point. One of the new clients, a woman whose brother was wrongfully imprisoned, ends up being a great emotional anchor for the episode. The way Matt handles her case says a lot about who he is without the mask. He doesn't need the suit to make a difference, but you can tell he feels like it's not enough. Fisk, on the other hand, is still playing the slow game, but there's a bit more fire in him this time. His manipulation of the police force becomes even more obvious here, and that dinner scene with the mayor's aide is super intense. Fisk doesn't threaten anyone outright, but everything he says feels like a warning. It's all about subtle pressure, and you get the sense that nobody's really safe anymore, not the mayor, not the commissioner, not even the random people who happen to be in his way. And the way he talks about Vanessa makes it feel like she's going to be a major player soon, even if she hasn't shown up yet. One of the biggest surprises in this episode is how much focus it gives to Heather. Her relationship with Matt gets a little more layered, and there's this great moment where she starts piecing together that Matt's hiding something. Nothing concrete yet, but the seeds are definitely being planted. At the same time, her scenes with Fisk are getting more unsettling. There's this conversation they have about order vs. chaos, and it's clear she's starting to question what she's gotten herself into. It's not obvious yet, but you can tell she's beginning to realize how dangerous Fisk really is. Ben Urich's niece also gets a little more time to shine in this episode, and she's honestly becoming a favorite. She's persistent, sharp, and fearless in a way that's really refreshing. The way she confronts one of Fisk's men without even realizing it is such a classic journalist move. She's clearly walking into danger, and she doesn't know just how deep she's already in. There's a moment near the end where she finds something in Ben's old notes that clearly points to Fisk being back, and that little discovery might be the start of something way bigger for her. Moving on to the mixed elements of this episode, and the main one is the action. While it's better than in Episode 2, it's still not quite at the level you'd hope for. Now, on to the negatives for Episode 3. The main one is the pacing. While it's better than in the first 2 episodes, it's still a little uneven. Some scenes feel like they're dragging, especially in the second act where there's a lot of setup with city politics. I get that it's necessary to show how Fisk is making moves, but it doesn't always feel that compelling. The show spends a lot of time on things like public perception, press conferences, and backroom deals, but without the payoff yet, it can feel like such a waste of the setup. There's also a subplot involving Karen Page that's introduced here, and while it's nice to see her back, it feels disconnected. She's investigating something tied to her old paper, and while it might connect down the line, right now it feels like it's just taking up time. Hopefully the writers tie it in more organically with the main story soon, because right now it feels like 2 separate shows running at the same time. So overall, I really enjoyed this episode. It's a big improvement over the second episode, and it's a pretty well-made installment overall. So that's it, everybody. What did you think of this episode of the show? Did you like it? Was it in the middle for you? Or can you go as far as saying you didn't enjoy this episode? Share your thoughts if you want. I would love to read them. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.